You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drakewing Gaming, and something now toward the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you with the Let's Play episode of Tennis Ace, June's Path. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm, Jane, you were up, and let's go. I said June, you dumb. Okay. Let's do, is it that one? Oh, that one, okay. Alright. Junkin is alright. You don't need to worry so much about him. He's not so weak in that he'll crumble due to being in the hospital for a few days. I don't know about that. Seriously, you do know he's an adult, right? He might be a bit of an airhead and, well, also kind of childish at times, and maybe a little bit of an idiot, but he's most certainly not a child. You don't need to infantilize him so much. What? I don't do that. You kinda do, yeah. No one really says anything because it's not a problem most of the time, but you need to give him credit where it's due. He's not made of glass. Just hearing that single phrase causes my whole body to freeze. That's when I remember it. I'm not made of glass. That's the exact same phrase he said to me a while ago. Huh, really have been going all around in circles with this for a while longer than I thought, huh? Come on, cheer up. You worry way too much. Yeah, you're right. I was just worried whether I caused him way too much stress by forcing him to see the doctor. You did the right thing. People really shouldn't underestimate health issues. And if the doctor forwarded him to the hospital so he could spend a few days in observation, then that's just further proof he needed it. Right. Logically, I know that. It's just difficult to accept. It'll be fine. I just need to distract myself from pesky thoughts. It's no biggie. Let's not dwell on that, then. Is there anything else we can plan out before talking to everyone? I doubt it. We still need to agree on a time of day so we can base our decision on what to do next. Then we need to decide where we'll eat. Whether we'll eat out or at home. We need to decide how long we'll be out for so we can work around any possible curfews. We may also need to check availability if we decide to go out somewhere. If we're going anywhere that requires tickets, those should be purchased as soon as possible to make sure they don't run out. Oh, and... Hey, slow down there a bit. You're getting way ahead of yourself. Yeah, let's take it one step at a time, shall we? Right. Sorry, I got carried away. That's alright. We still have some time. There's no need to get ahead of ourselves. Well, we don't actually have that much time. If you wanted to plan something out for a celebration, then you probably should have thought about that the day before of his birthday. I don't want to hear that from the person who couldn't even remember the date. What? Keisuke chuckles, covering his mouth in an attempt to contain himself. 1 second, y'all. Okay. Keika, don't laugh! I'm sorry, it's just your face right now was... The hare's shoulders quiver, his words being cut off frequently by contained laughter. You've got to be a little more self-aware. Don't criticize people for things that you do that are even worse than them. There we go. Alrighty. Okay. Are you just being defensive because you also forgot to make plans before the day? Well, it's not like I forgot. I just didn't think of organizing a celebration until I asked Keiken what his plans were for spending his birthday. Oh, I guess that makes sense, now that I think about it. What are your plans for today? A father wants to throw some kind of grandiose gala for most of his business partners and friends. I'll be expected to attend. Hey, that sounds good, though. They're going to be showing me off like some kind of product. Look, my son Keisuke is now an adult. Soon he'll inherit the company in my place. Some crap like that. Oh, that sounds less good. You stepped right on that landmine. I saw it coming from a mile away. Then couldn't you have warned me that I was about to say something really dumb instead of watching in silence? It's fine. It'll be a painfully tedious and uncomfortable evening, but at least it won't last too long. My condolences. Nobody's dying. Maybe, but I don't know what else to say. I mean, what do you say to someone like this? Is there any chance you could sneak out? Not without royally pissing off my family, which I'll admit is a very tempting idea. Do you have no sense of self-preservation whatsoever? Stop doing things you know will land you in trouble. Which is why I decided we needed something special to celebrate. Something fun that he'll actually enjoy. Is that why you two basically shot down all my ideas? When you put it that way, it almost makes us sound bad. I'm pretty sure that was the intention, Saya-chan. I promise we'll work hard to find something you'll enjoy, I promise. You just said I promise twice. I'll hold you to that. Either way, I do appreciate the sentiment. People don't usually care much about what I want, so it does feel really nice. Aw, of course we care. Well, you're our friend. Yeah, for sure. Plus, I can't wait to smash your face into the cake. Yeah, that too. Hold on a second. I feel like I just heard something really dangerous. Don't worry about it. Telling me not to worry about it just makes me worry even more. It'll be fine. Anyone, stop these two! I'm going over my notes for this class before the bell rings. I spent the past 30 minutes or so doing that, trying to reorganize everything. The few notes that I do have are all jumbled and hard to read. Studying through these would require way too much time deciphering for them to be of any use. Junkun was kind enough to lend me his notebook so I could cross-reference his notes with mine and come up with a better method to organize them. I had thought of asking for class rep's notes instead, since hers are so well summarized and easy to understand, but wouldn't be able to stand the teasing that would come along with them. You know, coffee time. Ah, come here, you. Delicious. It just wouldn't be worth it. And I don't want to just copy Jen's like it's no problem either, that because that blah is a sentence. And I don't want to just copy Jen's like it's no problem either, because that feels like cheating. Plus, forcing myself to think a little bit is bound to help me retain the material a little better. And if I'm doing better with my own studies, that means I'll be able to help June a lot more than this. After what I saw of his panic during midterms and just what kind of toll the stress took on him, I definitely want to do my best to help him, even if it's just a little bit. So right now I'm focusing on making my notes as condensed and easy to read as possible. I'm vaguely aware of the sound of the door being opened behind me, but don't bother looking up from my notebook. Yuichi-san? You're here early. As the sweet familiar voice I hadn't heard in a few days calls out my name, I finally look up, being greeted by June's face. Good morning to you too. How you feeling? A ton better, thanks for asking. What about you though? What are you up to? I've been working on restructuring my notes so they're easier to study from. See? They're color-coded and everything. Wow, they look a lot better than mine. Yeah, I guess they do. I've seen your notebooks when we were studying together before, so I'm not surprised. Saying your notes are a mess would be charitable and an insult to messes. But why are you going through all this trouble? I thought you hated studying. It's certainly not my first choice on how to spend my time, that much is for sure. June cocks his head to the side, giving me the same kind of quizzical look that a baby might use. I can just about imagine the question marks popping up above his head. This way I'll have an easier time tutoring you when we study together. June's eyes fly open and the tiger takes a step back, nearly bumping on the table behind me. You're going through all this trouble because of me? Well, sort of. Sort of? I've also been feeling a little bit restless lately. Like I could be doing more? I don't know if I like the idea of you inconveniencing yourself for my sake. If I'm doing something, I'm doing it out of my own free will. You don't have to constantly obsess about whether or not you're inconveniencing me. In fact, if you keep that up, I'm going to literally slap some sense into you. Why do you always end up threatening to slap me? It's how I show I care. Find less violent ways to do that. I smile, reaching up with my hand and putting it on the top of the tiger's head. June immediately freezes, his eyes wide open. You worry too much. Fine, I guess I won't say anything about it this time. June takes a step back away from me, his face tinged a light red and his complaints fully disarmed. Good, because I wasn't going to stop even if you told me to. Who are you and what did you do to the real Yuichi-san? I wonder. Huh? Maybe I'm an alien shapeshifter that has taken the place of the one that you call Yuichi. That's not funny! I disagree wholeheartedly. By the way, there was something I needed to run by you. Oh? Well, what is it? Just like that, the tiger's attention is whisked away to a different topic, and he goes back to talking normally, pulling up his chair and sitting by his desk. So, since you said it yourself that you're doing better, I was wondering if it would be alright for us to schedule our outing. Oh! It takes him a second for realization to sink in, but when it does, his face goes back to shining bright red. You probably don't know this, but today is Keiken's birthday, and Saya-chan was looking to schedule a celebration for him on Sunday with all of us together. No, I already knew about that. Well, I knew about the birthday. The celebration is news to me. Huh? How did you know about his birthday? Even I forgot. Because I asked him. It's not exactly hard to show an interest in your friends. Oof! No matter how many times it happens, I don't think I will ever get used to these sudden cutting words coming from someone like June. I sent Keisuke-san a text wishing him happy birthday this morning and everything. I would have gotten him a present, but I didn't know what to get. I mean, what do you get for someone who can buy literally anything they want? Keiken isn't like that. I'm sure I would have been happy with whatever you got him. You say that, but it's hard not to worry considering just how different our positions are. I spent the past few days I was locked at home trying to think of something. But I've got nothing. Well, aren't you an earnest one? You really are a good guy, Jun-kun. I guess. And also surprisingly coy when it comes to being praised. Either way, going back to the initial matter at hand, is it alright for you if we go out tomorrow so we'll have Sunday free to spend with the others? Yeah, that's fine by me. I have to admit that June is very cute when he's acting embarrassed like this. Alright, we should be all set then. Now all that's left is getting together with everyone else during lunch to decide on our plans for Sunday. You guys don't know what we're going to do yet? I thought it was already set from the way you talked about it. Well, let's just say that between Saya, Keisuke, and I, we had trouble coming up with ideas that would fit the bill. We were hoping we'd have more luck by getting together all 5 of us and shooting some ideas. If it's something that Keisuke-san would like, then what about something music-related? Oh, like karaoke? That's an idea. It's a pretty safe bet. I guess we can pitch that one to the group. Oof. Or maybe we could go to an escape room. An escape room? June's growing excitement quickly begins to show as he starts gesturing with his hands more and more while speaking. Yeah, I saw something about them in a TV show. It's a group activity where we get locked inside of a theme room and have to solve puzzles to reach the exit before the time runs out. It seems like it'd be a lot of fun. Is that even a thing that exists in Japan? I've never seen any around town. There might be a few small independent ones hidden around somewhere in town. But I do know that when I looked it up, I found out about a whole chain of them in Tokyo and Kanagawa. I don't know if going all the way to Tokyo for something like that would be very feasible. It's almost an hour by train for a one-way trip, not to mention trying to find our way around an unknown location would be a nightmare. But I know that if I mentioned any of those things, he'd just stubbornly insist that it'll be fine, or it could be so much fun. Alright, y'all, I'm going to pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!